AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe. I'm gonna start calling this brother by his first name. As soon as I learn how to pronounce his first name, he's no longer OG.
OG Anunoby is not thrilled with the Knicks' current offer and will test the free agent market. Let's keep an eye out on that. Most people believe Anunoby will stay with New York, but there have been indications he may want to test the market because he's not thrilled with what the Knicks are offering. That was Brian Windhorst in the morning. He started off the day with that.
I don't want to make it seem like I know what I be talking about, but AllBall Stradamus, listen. What I don't like, we made you a household name. Hartenstein, we made you a household name. How you don't like the offer? See, Flea, this is my point. I'm not saying don't go get the money, but what I've been saying, guys don't want to be great no more. It's not about championships. It's not about being great. It's not about being legendary. It's about the bag. It's about the bag. Whoever coined phrase that and where you can like get paid, whoever made that the bag, Lord have mercy, how much money they get. But I'm surprised because OG seems like, and Flea said this when we first got him, he's low maintenance, he's quiet, and now look, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Now all of a sudden you get a little buzz, you know, now you're attractive, all the girls want to holler at you. Now before you was in the corner, now you get a little, now you acting crazy. It's sad, man, but for me, it's a blessing in disguise. As great as he is, we see what happened in the playoffs. The teams that are fully healthy are the teams that win. And his track record when it comes to being healthy is not good. He wasn't healthy with Toronto when they won that championship. You come right to us and you get injured immediately. So we've always said as diehard Knicks fans, we want OG. We want him back. But we're not going to overpay you.
Not at 35, OG. Not at 35.
Come on.
Not at 35, 36, 7, 40. No. Hell no. No. And I know it's burning Fabian up right now that he's witnessing this flip-flop. But I start sitting back, and if that report is accurate, right? We just gonna take it at its face value, right? That it's right. If that is right, go to hell. Go to hell. Why would you play hardball with us? Masai clearly saw something that was like, hold on. This dude's doesn't know how to stay healthy. He's coming up on a contract year. I don't know if I want to pay him. Knickerbockers, y'all can have him. And Masai's a smart dude. Masai's one of the better, presidents of basketball operations in the league. So if he could see it, right, Leon, open your eyes. Open your eyes. Now, I love this dude, right? That's the other thing about it. All three of us love this dude. We love what he brought, how our team looked once we added him to the ball club. But the fact still remains, I haven't seen you play over 65, 70 games. When the rubber meets the road, when it's time for action, Eastern Conference semis, Eastern Conference finals, NBA finals, you a no-show. You just reminded us that 2019 run, he was not next to Kawhi. Not in the finals. Not in the finals. You know what I'm saying? So it's a thought to have. If I wake up in a couple of days and he gets paid, okay. But I don't know. I got to think about. We got to think about paying that dude. And not $40 million. Hell
for me, I'm not even thinking about it. I'm not paying you 35. I'm just not. Just not. Now if we got to the conference finals and we went head up with Boston and lost in 6-7 games and they were tight games, or we got to the finals, then we can have that discussion. You wasn't there. I give you 30, and that's stretching it. Bro, I'm not giving 35.
It's just and I want to hear Fabian. It's just the thought of losing 3 players at the end of this season, because that's essentially what it would be. We would have lost IQ, we would have lost RJ, And if we don't sign OG, we would lose OG.
No, and we could lose Hartenstein too, so that'll be 4.
That's 4. Right? That just doesn't sit well with me. That's why I was so adamant about paying him. But when this report comes out that he wants to fleece us, like he wants to back us in a corner, now I got a problem. Now I got a problem.
This guy's from west side of Harlem, always talking about he's a panicker at the other side of his mouth. Then you got the other guy, the other character over there, Flip Flop and Flea. That's your new name, brother. What's going on over here? Is it fake news or is it real news? Which one is it gonna be, fellas? Every day we pick and choose what's the information we want to believe. I don't believe none of this. OG Anunoby, I dare you. We made you, like you said. I dare you. This is who I believe in. Forget about what y'all talking about, man. It's La Cosa Rosa. The boss of all bosses. If he says it's a goal, it's a goal. OG, I don't believe nothing you say. I dare you to leave us. We made you. God gave you some ability. Football family, sports family, and everything. All right, cool. But I'm not going to sit here. Less than 24 hours, y'all? And y'all like panicking over the first thing you hear from Brian Wendy?
No, but hold on.
Wendy?
Hey, hold on. I've been saying this from the beginning. When these talks came up, I've been saying he's injury prone. I don't know. I've been saying that. Y'all two was on the other end of that.
That's very true. I've been wanting to pay him since day one.
So I'm not paying what I've been saying. I'm not overpaying nobody. No disrespect. Like I said, Game 7, y'all wasn't there to fight. Brunson carried y'all all season. He needed y'all for one game. One got injured on a non-contact injury, and I don't know what happened with Hartenstein. So for me, I told y'all that holds a bad spot on me. Pause. So I'm not overpaying neither one of them. I'll let them walk. I'm not panicking. I'm not overpaying them. No.
But we're going to have to pay to play, though, at some point, OG. At some point, we're going to have to pay to play. Yeah, at some point, we're going to have to get it back to Brunson. At some point, we're going to have to pay. Like, at some point, there's going to have to be dollars and cents thrown out that is going to be like, whoa, that's a lot of money.
But
like,
we also have to get back to we got here for a reason. Leon Rose got us here. He earned our trust. He earned our confidence in all seriousness. It took a while for us to even trust Tibbs. I still don't trust him within minutes. I don't trust him with handling OG. That's crazy. He might get him buried out there. But if he has to get paid $35 million and we finagle it, to me, I said it from the middle of the season when Randall went down and everybody turned. Nope, I'm okay as long as OG is healthy. OG and Brunson, that changes everything. It just did. So I'm not gonna waive off of that. If it's $35 million with no injury thought in mind on the contract, then I'm not with that. But if you're talking about 35 million and now we're worried about how many games he plays and depending on how many games he plays, remember, OG, we're gonna see if you about legacy or you about money. Because that championship, like you said, Flea, I think he had something wrong with his pancreas or whatever it was. He had surgery.
No. That was a freak thing. Like, it wasn't like, he was his ankle, his knee, his back, something like that. No, he had a surgical procedure. He just couldn't play. Like,
right, but he's sitting there watching what happened. He saw a championship under your regime. You saw an all-time great Kawhi Leonard come over there and change everything. You came to New York. We have never been a part of a month like January ever as a Knicks fan. I haven't. I never felt like that before in my life. That was crazy. So OG was a part of that. You at the Garden and you feel that, and you telling me it takes a bag for you to go somewhere else. I never wanted you in the first place. Then you're not the guy who I thought you were. Period. I don't want you here if you're gonna be like that. I just don't. Leon Rose traded for you for a reason. IQ and RJ Barrett. And let's not forget, there are ways around this. You could sign and trade OG Anunoby. Why not?
You could.
Why not?
Very well.
Sign and trade Isaiah Hartenstein. I'm not scared of none of this. I'm trusting Leon Rose, bro. These guys are agents. If Leon Rose's son does not know what's going on, I'll lose confidence there. If he's telling me OG got to walk away and they didn't see something coming, they got sidetracked. Now I'm starting to question Leon Rose. That brings a lot more questions. Like, that's the stuff to me that I'm more concerned with. You don't know what's going on with OG? Like, what happened with the whole espionage move by making your son his agent? Nah. You better know what's happening, Leon. That's more telling than anything else. If he wants to leave for more money, and that's you do your job as an agent. But let's also not forget, Sam Rose got to sit down with other teams and get intel. Yo, what are they up to? He's gonna sit down with Pops like, yo, Pops, they were calling you a freaky eight ninja over there in Philadelphia, right? So now you want to see where they at. Like, oh yeah, see who you beefing with. A lot of this is politics too.
It's
Like,
business.
I ain't mad at this.
It's
Big
business.
business.
It's business. I mean, like I said, you're gonna have to pay to play at some point. But I don't know, a light switch went off for me because there's no way anybody that is a flat out Knicks fan is gonna be okay with paying him $38 million, $37.5 million, and we can't rely on him. I don't even want to throw out a number. Forget the number. Forget 60 games, 65, 70. Forget the number. Rely on him. Be there as a piece that we can rely on. Anthony Edwards is kicking our ass tonight. We need to be able to rely on you. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown coming off a championship. They coming to the Garden tonight. We need to be able to rely on you. That's my point. At this stage, we could talk about his age. He's a young guy. Y'all know how I feel about young guys and getting into the NBA and figuring out their bodies. But at the end of the day, he's been in the league for some time. He may be young in age, but we're talking about NBA age.
But that time period, like I want to double down on that, Flea. You were in Toronto and saw a championship. You're in New York and saw, like, wait a minute, what if I combine that Toronto experience championship with New York at the Garden? That's going to be insane. If he doesn't know, like, that's what you're taking the pay cut for. Like, this is beyond glory. You can't get that anywhere in sports. And if they're not emphasizing that to them, then that's crazy. And if he knows and he turns it down, then fine. Then you didn't buy what we're selling. But this is the ultimate dream. That's all we ever talk about. There's nothing like winning in New York and nothing like about to win for the New York Knicks. There's no championship from any sport that'll be like this. Come on, man. OG felt that in January. Again, combine that Toronto winning experience with the New York glory. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it.
Listen, man. I'm going to keep saying it. I want OG back. I want all the guys back. But for us to be competitive, to compete, to win a championship, these guys got to do what it takes to fill out that roster and fill it out correctly. Boston not going nowhere. Like, let's be realistic. As much as we think we're a good matchup for them and, you know, we're a bad matchup for them and that we think we can beat them, they still not going nowhere. They won 64 games. We're not competing with them if that roster is not built correctly. Simple and plain. So I pray and hope OG and Hartenstein understand that. And I'm just big on Fabe, like I told y'all. We made y'all a household name. I think that holds some type of, hey, man, we need a little discount so we can fill his roster out and get the right pieces because we going for a championship. If they don't understand that, then I got to agree with Fabian. You didn't want to be here in the first place then. This was a stop. Or you used us to build some type of leverage to get the bag. Get all the money you want. But understand, you won't be great. You won't be legendary. You won't be going down in history. And to me, that's what the Knicks bring when we talk about winning the championship. You will go down in history. If OG Anunoby goes to Philadelphia and they win a championship, he's not going down in history. If he wins a title with the Knicks, that team is going down in history. Whatever team, whatever players is there is going down in history, and you will be revered and remembered for the rest of your life. So, listen, man, I hope we get it done. But, Flea, I totally agree with you. Can't be giving, up close to 40. No.
Because I just don't want to. I don't want to get jammed up where there's no flexibility to continue to get better, like to continue to upgrade the roster. I understand who OG Anunoby is as a basketball player. I know what he brings. All three of us are not foolish. We sit here and watch Knicks games all year long. We know what the dude did for us, so we don't have that confused. What we talking about? Look, I talk mess about Boston all year long about how much I had no issue with matching up against them in a 7-game series. This finals, they took it up another notch that I didn't think they were capable of going. I didn't think they had that, right? And we ain't really like they did it for 5 games.
Right.
So, you know, we ain't even really see it for a whole 7-game stretch. But in my opinion, from what I saw, they took it up an entire another notch than it was against Indy, than it was against Cleveland, against Miami, shit, against the whole year. All year long, I watched them play with their food, never finish their breakfast, always allow teams to stick around. Nigga, our Knicks team currently this year, and after me watching the Boston complete this, we weren't right. We weren't dealing with them this year. How we were. We weren't right. We weren't fucking with them.
Well, for me, just my whole thing is just understanding we now have a team that is Golden State-esque as far as how that roster is built. Now we have a team in the NBA you have to deal with for the next 5-6 years. And it just so happened they in the East. And we diehard Knicks fans. So we have to build this team correct. And we have to stay healthy. You're not beating that Boston Celtics team if you're not healthy. So, you know, like you said, Faye, I believe in the front office. They've done a great job so far. So I gotta believe in them. Let's see what happens. Like you said, you know, it's very hard for me to believe any information if it's not coming from the player. So I get what you're saying, but still, these are what platforms are for, to discuss these things and give our opinions. And my opinion is, it's always the quiet ones. It's always the quiet ones. The ones
like
that you think
you.
is
Like you. Get him out. Get him out.
AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.